Good morning. This is Allied School Noshara campus. It's our biology class for 8th and 9th. Today's topic is permanent tissue. Before going into permanent tissue, I would like to recall what the tissues are or what we learned before. So we learned earlier that tissues are a group of cells which perform similar actions or similar or common functions. Right? All of the cells in the tissues depend over each other. It was the main point which we discussed. And then we said that there are two main types of plant tissues. They are simple tissues and compound tissues. Simple tissues are those tissues which are made up of only one type of cell, whereas compound tissues are made up of multiple types of cells. So simple tissues, then we further discussed that they are divided into two main parts: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. There are two categories of the simple tissues. Meristematic tissues are also called as embryonic tissues because they are responsible for the growth of the plant. Then we said that meristematic tissues are further divided into two categories: apical meristem and lateral meristem. Apical meristem is the meristematic tissues which lies above or at the top of shoot and at the tips of roots. Right? And what's their function? Their function is the growth of the plant, either from the root side or from the shoot side. And then we said that there are lateral meristems. And what are lateral meristems? They are responsible for the growth in diameter of the plant, right? For the thickness of the plant. Then we said that apical meristems are called as primary meristems, whereas lateral meristems are called as secondary meristems. And we only defined permanent tissues, that permanent tissues are originated from primary meristems. Primary meristems means apical meristems. This means that they lie or they start from the apical meristem, either from the roots, either from the shoots. The other thing which is important, that is these cells do not have permanent tissues, or the cells of the permanent tissues do not have the ability to divide or to redivide, right? Now, what we have to learn, we have to learn that permanent tissues in the plants are being divided into three main groups: epidermal tissues, ground tissues, and supporting tissues. These supporting tissues are also called as mechanical tissues. Then, if you look at your page number 90, there they have drawn all of them: epidermal cells, and then parenchyma. Parenchyma belongs to the group of ground tissues, and collenchyma and sclerenchyma, they belong to supporting tissues, because then supporting tissues are further divided into two main groups: collenchyma and sclerenchyma, right? So if you look at epidermal cells, what will you observe? You will observe that their shape is flat. They are flattened, and they have irregular shapes. Here there is no regular shape, no regular shape. All of them are being irregularly shaped, whereas parenchyma, or we can say the ground tissues, they are oval in shape, or they are spherical in shape, or they are polygonal in shape. Polygonal in shape means they have different corners. Right? Over here in epidermal cells, there are no intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces means that if this is a cell, it's a cell, this is another cell, and this is another cell. In between them there is a space. Over here if you look, there is also, you will find a space here there is a space, there are spaces, right? So there are intercellular spaces in parenchyma tissues, whereas there are no intercellular spaces in epidermal tissues. But what's the function of epidermal tissues? Epidermal tissues have the function of protection. They usually lie at the surface of the leaf or of the stem or of the roots. Cells of epidermal tissues are thick. Their walls are thick. So we can say that they are thick-walled and are closely packed with no intercellular spaces. Right? The other thing which you have to keep in mind, that is that in the stem, where there are epidermal cells, they have a waxy material. This waxy material prevents the loss of water, or it reduces the process called as transpiration, right? So it reduces transpiration, or it reduces, or it prevents the loss of water. What prevents? That is the cuticle or the waxy material which lies over the epidermal cells in the stems. Whereas there are some guard cells in the leaves. For example, this is the leaf. At the lower side of the leaves, you will find some stomatal pores. These stomatal pores are like this, right? So these stomatal pores, they are the guard cells, and guard cells are being located on epidermal cells. So these epidermal cells have guard cells or guarded openings, and these guarded openings are called as stomata. And what is the purpose of stomata? Stomata are usually these pores. These pores are responsible for the gaseous exchange, the movement of oxygen outside and the carbon dioxide inside during the daytime. Now coming towards parenchyma. So parenchyma are present in all parts of the plant except epidermal cells and xylem and phloem tissues, right? So they are found everywhere except epidermal cells. This means that except the upper layer of the stem, of the roots, of the leaves, and they are also not found in xylem and phloem, which are called as vascular tissues. Except them, we have seen that they do have intercellular spaces. We saw that they are having different shapes. They may be polygonal, they may be spherical, they may be oval in shape. And what's their function? Their function is to store food. And if we look in the leaves, so they are also present in the leaves, and in the leaves they are having chlorophyll cells. And those chlorophyll cells, where chlorophyll cells are present, we say that these tissues are then called as mesophyll tissues. So mesophyll tissues are also a type of ground tissues, right? So these mesophyll tissues are then responsible for food preparation. Alright, then we read that the permanent tissues are divided into 3 types of tissues: epidermal tissues, ground tissues, and mechanical tissues. So mechanical tissues are responsible for the shape and stability of the plant. They provide strength to the plant, they provide stability to the plant. Why are the plants held in the air straight, upright straight? So that is because of the presence of mechanical tissues in them. These mechanical tissues are divided into 2 types. They are collenchyma tissues and sclerenchyma tissues, right? So here in collenchyma tissues, you will find them only in the young stems, and they do provide strength to different parts of the plant in the young plant, right? Young stems. And except them, they are living, they are elongated, and they are polygonal in shape. Whereas the sclerenchyma tissues, they are dead and they have thick walls. These thick walls provide hardness and strength to the plant. So this thickness, if you look at this orange or pinkish shades over them, it represents that they are thick, and this thickness is being given to them by a chemical that is called as lignin, right? So that's enough for today. What you have to do, you have to read your page number 89, 90 and 91 carefully, and wherever you find anything hard to understand, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a good day. Bye-bye.